I have a project without a lot of tests. Can I use AI to magically write these tests for me? All right, so here's my project. It is a fast API Python project. It contains a main module, which contains 5 endpoints, but the tests for main are testing only one endpoint. It contains another module in the math folder called adder, which has 4 methods, but adder doesn't have any tests. So the plan is to use this tool called Qodo to automatically generate tests for this project. I have it configured with which model I want to use, in this case GPT 4.1. I'll give it the sources path, I'll give it the desired coverage that I would like, and the max iterations. Now, what it should be doing is recursively find all Python sources, of course, skip tests and skip initpy, and then compose new test modules when needed and write tests for me. And if an existing test module exists, then please extend that and update the tests. Make sure all the tests are passing. And then once we reach the desired coverage, we can then say the task is successful. All right, so this is the shell script I'm going to execute. As you can see, the first section is the configuration, and then is some logic to basically iterate over a folder which contains my sources, skip the files that need to be skipped, and then run Qodo cover. So this is the tool that actually creates the tests. Let's see how this looks while executing. So let's run this. All right, seems to be doing a lot of things. Let's review that. So it's here's the configuration on which it's running. It figures out which files it has to skip. So it's skipping the init files and the main or the tests for the main. So it's not writing tests for the tests. And then it's creating the file for the missing module, which was not tested. And then it's talking to the GPT 4.1, figuring out what needs to be done. This is running now. It's achieved a certain coverage level, so it moves on to the next file. It's found main.py, so it's reviewing the tests that we have, and based on what it finds, it's going to extend the test suite, which it seems to be doing at the moment. Once again, it's testing the coverage level from 67 all the way to 100. It completes the execution and shows me the git status. This was the execution. Now let's see the results. So here's what Kurokawa did for me. It created this file called testadder, and it's able to create the tests for the missing module. And it's also updated test main, which contained this one test, as you remember, but it goes on and adds tests for all the other endpoints. Obviously, the end goal is to have this run passively, so I can configure this in my IDE to execute, on the background, or I can do it at the OS level, or better yet, I can do it at a CI/CD level, where every time it finds a certain level of coverage missing, it just goes in there and writes tests for me. One final note, This example was in Python, but Qodo Cover, which is open source by the way, supports Go, Java, JavaScript, Kotlin, PHP, Python of course, and TypeScript.